everybody, welcome back. It's Eat Theodore. So I'm currently driving right now to work, and I just wanted to tell you guys some stories. I think it's very fitting for Halloween, so that is why I decided to tell these stories right now instead of tomorrow, because tomorrow is Halloween. I think you guys would appreciate these stories more before Halloween. So here it is. As you guys know, my dog Sammy passed away in April of this year. So it's been April, so that's like 6 months now since Sammy passed away. And I miss Sammy every day. I love Sammy. I say hi to Sammy all the time. I tell Sammy, hey Sammy, I love you. Hey Sammy, I love you. Before I leave to work or anything like that, I just tell, hey Sammy, watch Jack, and stuff like that. I'm just slowly getting used to Sammy passing away, and I don't want Jack to feel like I don't remember Sammy anymore. And actually, and so a couple weeks ago, I was just casually talking to Sammy before I went to sleep, and I think I was getting water for the dogs, for Jack and Winnie, and for some reason, I don't know what happened, but it was like 5 a.m. and I hear this alarm ring, and it was in a fruit basket. I remember leaving an alarm in a fruit basket for like months now. It's like a cooking alarm. It's one of those alarms that beep after like 30 seconds or something like that, you know, like one of those food alarms. And I was sleeping and I hear this alarm, and I'm like, it's like, and I was like, wait, what the heck? I'm pretty sure my parents didn't set up an alarm at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't set an alarm at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I opened my door to my room, and I'm like, where's the sound? And I'm like listening into my parents' room, and it's not their room. And I listen, and the sound is coming from the kitchen. And I'm like, what is that? And it turns out this alarm sound was coming from the alarm in the fruit basket, right next to where Sammy lay. Well, right next to where Sammy's box is. And I'm just like, okay, that's really creepy, because just before that, just before I left to go to sleep, I was like, okay, good night Sammy. I always say that every night. I always do that. And for some reasons that day, Sammy wanted to do some sort of like, hey, yeah, good night, at 5 o'clock in the morning, using my alarm in the fruit basket. Creepy, right? But I'm not scared of Sammy. Sammy's a really sweet little boy. The things that he does doesn't even scare me. I'm just like, whenever he does it, I'm like, Sammy. As soon as I figured it was the sound from the fruit basket right next to where Sammy's box was, I just turned around and looked at Sammy's box, and I was like, Sammy, you can't be doing this at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know? I'm not scared of the stuff that he does, if it is him. But yeah, I'm just like, Sammy, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, don't do this stuff. That's one thing. Number two, so a couple days ago, my mom was taking out I think Asian pears from the fridge. Sammy loves Asian pears. Like, he loves Asian pears so much. I give it to him like every year because my grandparents grow Asian pears, and obviously they can't eat all of it, and we always bring like bags and bags of Asian pears back home. And Sammy loves Asian pears, so we always give him Asian pears, and he eats them. He doesn't eat the core of the pear, he only eats the outer part. And if there's a worm inside, he knows to not eat it. Like, he'll eat around it. He's super smart, smartest little boy. So we were talking, and I'm like, oh, remember Mom, like Sammy loves Asian pears. Like, every time he would eat it, he would fart so much. Like, I was just talking casually about Sammy, like he was alive. I'm like, Sammy, you fart a lot. And I'm like, your farts really stink, Sammy. I always talk like that. I just always talk as if he's alive to his little box. And then my mom was taking out these Asian pears, and she was putting them on the counter, and one pear from the bag fell out, and I was just like, holy crap, that was his That was his reaction to me telling him his fart stinks. And let me tell you, Sammy absolutely hated me telling him that his fart stinks. Like, me and my mom would be eating dinner and his bed would be like right under the kitchen table and he would fart. And me and my mom are eating, we're like, oh, Sammy, you farted, it stinks. And he would stand up and go to the stairs and he would want to go upstairs to sleep with my dad because he's like, I don't want to listen to you guys. My fart doesn't stink, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's very like allergic to that word, stink, in Vietnamese. He doesn't know it in English, but he knows it in Vietnamese, and I'm like, Sammy, thối, and that means, Sammy, you stink. And he'll be like, what? And he'll stand right up. And so this reaction to me telling him he stinks was like, that is exactly what Sammy would do. Like, me and my mom were like just playing like, oh, what if as we're talking he's like, he'll make the sound, like he usually makes that sound. Like 50% of the time when I'm like talking about him, he'll usually make this snorting sound, like he would sound like a little pig, and he looks like a little pig because he's all pink. Yeah, love that guy. Okay, that's 2, right? And then last night before I went to sleep, I was like, good night, Sammy, like usual, and go up to sleep. My mom's already in bed, my dad's already in bed, and I lay in bed playing on my phone and I hear sound, and I'm like, I must be hearing things because this is not right. And I hear sound, and I was like, okay, it's like literally like people screaming and stuff like that. And I open the door and I see light down in the family room, and I'm like, is my dad watching something? And then, okay, somebody just like didn't want to go, but I was like, is my dad watching something down on the TV? And I looked down and there was nobody on the couch. I was just like, what is going on? So I run into my parents' room and I'm like, Mom, the TV is on. And my mom's like, I turned off the TV, and I even like turned off everything because she likes to stream stuff from Chromecast from her tablet or her phone or her iPhone onto the TV. She's like, I turned off everything. And my dad's like, yeah, I went to the bathroom just like 2 minutes ago. The TV wasn't on. And I was like, yeah, somebody turned on the TV, or something turned on the TV, or Sammy turned on the TV. And I go down and I turn off the TV, and I look at Sammy's box and I'm like, Sammy, you can't do this. Like, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Why do you do this, Sammy? Like, why do you turn on the TV? Mind you, Sammy loves watching TV. His bed is always directed towards the TV, so he's always looking down and watching the TV. My mom watches TV shows with him. My mom watches movies with him all the time. Sammy knows what's going on, okay? Sammy's super smart. So yeah, that is my story of Sammy, my dog, who passed away in April and is coming back. Not to haunt me, just to, I don't want to say he's haunting me or anything, but yeah, Sammy's back. He is here to live with me. I'm not scared of Sammy whatsoever because, again, I love this boy, but the things that he do at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning is just crazy. So yeah, that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed my story time of my dog that passed away in April, and if you guys did, please do give a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.